everybody, my name is Ace Gapuz and I run an influencer marketing company called Blogapalooza. This video is part of the Love the Leap series of Ginger Arboleda, which is also her birthday initiative. Maybe we could just jump right in. The topic that I wanted to talk about is the question that I get so frequently in my email, which is how to be an influencer and actually get paid for it. And in this video, I will be discussing 3 major points that I would want aspiring content creators to really put in mind and take note of whenever they would want and whenever they would dream about venturing into content creation or being an influencer. Let's jump right into point number 1. You have to focus on one thing that you're really, really good at. If I were to ask you, what do you want to be known for? Then focus on that. When I was starting in blogging, that was 2001, very, very early, I had a couple of names that I followed. And even if our personalities or personal styles don't match, I was following people because they were consistent in what they wanted people to see. I have always admired content creators before that would always be putting out content. I like their eloquence in writing. I can name a couple of bloggers or influencers that I really follow and admire even up to now, because I know that they know what they are talking about. When they say this is good, that's really good, because they know what they're talking about. And to me, what they say has a lot of weight, and I am more likely to believe and trust the things that they say because they have proven to be trustworthy figures by being really, really good at what they choose to speak about. So that's my first point. What are you really good at? And focus on that. My second point is really all about longevity and influencers that have real staying power are those that are not only trustworthy figures, but those that provide real value. So that's my second point. We have to bring value to the audience. And when it comes to value, I want you to remember the 3 E's. First is entertainment. Second is education. Third is empowerment. We all bring value to our audience regardless of whatever content that we create. And sometimes it's just entertainment value. Gusto lang nating matawa sila or mag-enjoy silang panoorin tayo. Sometimes it's education because we learn, we find some new things in the content that they create, and we get to appreciate things that we haven't appreciated before because they educate us about it. And then the third value is empowerment. When people aspire or get inspired with what you put out, those are the values or the value that content creators bring to their audience. And whenever we would speak of value, I would always speak about education, empowerment, or entertainment. My number 3 is the more financial aspect of it. Third point is you have to understand how a business works. As an influencer, as a content creator, how can you move the needle for the brand? And I'm saying this as a marketer myself. Brands have started to utilize these social media influencers in advertising and PR activities. In the business sense, this means that influencers are now actually part of the budget of a company. And when you were in business, you actually have 2 major goals, right? It's either you increase revenue or you decrease expenses, all bearing in mind that the ultimate objective is to increase shareholder value. But that's a different discussion. However, However, knowing this, influencers must, one, you have to work with a brand, you know? You have to know they are a business. And being a business, they have objectives. Right? I always say this. The value to the client must always be greater than the amount that they pay. Second, you have to know the goals of the campaign and how you could help the brand achieve those. Right? Remember, in this business transaction, the influencer, the content creator, is a service provider. So we should always come at the heart of service. And maybe my third point under that would be the businesses put money into this, so they expect a decent return on their investment, or what they call as the ROI. And it's cool when you can raise awareness for the brand, but when we talk about longevity and real staying power, we talk about individuals, content creators who are able to move the needle for the brand. Anyway, the bottom line is, if you want to be an influencer and get paid for it, you have to understand that it is work. And hence, you have to think of it in terms of professionalism, skill, talent, effort, and a fair value exchange. You have to be confident about what you can bring to the table, proving it with track record and solid, bankable experience. And it's not about the follower count, nor is it about the likes and the comments that you get in your posts. Being an influencer with real staying power means knowing deep down your solid answer to these 3 questions. First, what are you good at? Second, what is the value that you bring? Third, how can you help move the needle for the brand? And that's it. Hope you've learned something new. Paalam, everybody!